It was a quiet morning at the Cornerstone Café, the kind of morning where time felt gentle, and the scent of freshly brewed coffee mixed with the hum of conversations. Emma sat by the window, her 7-year-old daughter Lily swinging her legs beneath the table. The child's laughter was the only brightness Emma had left after months of struggle. Unpaid bills, endless job applications, and a loneliness that clung like fog. Then, suddenly, Lily's laughter stopped. Her eyes widened as she pointed toward the entrance. "Mom," she whispered, her little voice trembling. "That's the man from my dream." Emma followed her gaze and froze. Standing at the doorway was a tall man in a charcoal suit, a calm authority about him. His face, she knew she had never seen it before, but the look in his eyes, as they met hers, made her heart skip a beat. "Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you were watching from. I love knowing who is listening." The man was Ethan Cole, a CEO known across the city for his empire of tech companies and his heart of stone. But at that moment, as Lily's innocent eyes locked onto his, something in him cracked. His hand trembled slightly as if a forgotten memory stirred deep within. He approached their table, almost hesitant. I'm sorry, do I know you?" he asked, though his voice faltered. Emma shook her head. "No, I don't think so." But Lily was sure. "You were in my dream," she said softly. "You were crying, standing in the rain." Ethan blinked, visibly shaken. That image, him, standing in the rain, it wasn't just a dream. It was a memory. A night years ago when he lost everything that mattered. Days passed, but that moment haunted him. He couldn't shake the image of the woman and her child. Something about Lily's eyes, they mirrored someone he once loved. Against his better judgment, Ethan searched for them, discovering that Emma worked part-time at a small bookstore, just trying to make ends meet. When he found her again, she looked startled. "Why are you here?" she asked, clutching Lily's hand protectively. Ethan hesitated. "I don't know," he admitted honestly, "but I can't stop thinking about that day, about what your daughter said." Emma sighed. "She dreams a lot. Maybe she just—" But before she could finish, Lily ran up to Ethan and held out a small drawing. A man in a suit, in the rain, crying beside a gravestone. Ethan's breath caught in his throat. The gravestone had a name on it. Clara Cole, his late wife, the one he'd lost in an accident years ago, and the same night he'd stood in the rain, broken, whispering apologies into the darkness. How do you know this?" he asked, his voice cracking. Lily looked up with a soft smile. "She told me," she said simply. "She said to tell you she forgave you." The cafe around them seemed to vanish. Time stood still. Tears welled in Ethan's eyes. Tears he hadn't allowed himself to shed in years. Emma's own hands shook. "What's happening?" she whispered, her heart racing. That night, Ethan couldn't sleep. He replayed every word, every look, every tremor in that little girl's voice. The next morning, he visited Clara's grave for the first time in years. And for the first time, he spoke. "If you sent them, thank you." A week later, Ethan returned to the bookstore, not as a CEO, but as a man trying to make things right. He quietly paid off Emma's debts, arranged for Lily's school scholarship, and offered Emma a stable position at his company. When she found out, she stormed into his office. "Why would you do this?" she demanded. "We don't want pity." Ethan stood, meeting her gaze. "It's not pity, it's purpose," he said gently. "Your daughter reminded me that I still have a heart, that forgiveness isn't something we earn, it's something we live." For the first time, Emma saw the man behind the title, a man still learning how to heal. Months passed. Lily thrived in school, her laughter now lighter, freer. Emma found stability and, slowly, trust. One afternoon, as they all sat together in the same cafe, Lily smiled up at Ethan. "Mom," she said, "I don't dream about him anymore." Emma turned, surprised. "Why not, sweetheart?" Because he's not sad anymore, Lily replied simply, sipping her hot chocolate. Ethan looked away, his chest tight with emotion. The ghosts that once haunted him were gone, replaced by warmth, by family, by second chances. Because kindness doesn't vanish. It waits, and it finds its way back. And sometimes it returns through the eyes of a child who dreams not of the past, but of healing. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Whispered Words. Tell me in the comments, do you believe in signs, or that love can reach us from beyond? I'd love to hear your thoughts.